Hello, YouTube. This is Jay Coder back with another stream, and today we are going to take a quiz in Kotlin. So, we're going to go over different questions that's going to be generated by ChatGPT, and what I want you all to do is to look at the question and see if you know the right answer. The main objective of this broadcast is to see if you guys are able to get the question correct. I'll give you a few moments after each question to look at each answer, and then I want you to pick the answer and go ahead and see if you will get it right. Alright, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment. And I'm going to experiment with keeping the music on for this time since we're having a little quiz here. So basically, what I'm doing here is I asked ChatGPT to make a multiple choice questions for us over Kotlin Android development, asking a question one at a time. And so the first question we're going to go over is Kotlin. In Kotlin Android development, which of the following is used to handle null safety? Is it A, the double exclamation mark? Is it B, the question mark? Is it C, the dash arrow? Or is it D, the star sign? What do you all think? Go ahead and select your answer before we make a selection. So, alright, just to make it pretty much neutral, I'm going to go ahead and have, in this instance, I'm going to say, in Kotlin, which of the following is used to handle null safety? So, which of the following operators and so the safe call operator, the Elvis operator, the not null assertion. So let's see. So there's not really. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go with B, the question mark. And that's correct. The question mark operator is used in Kotlin for null safety. It allows you to declare a variable that can hold a null value. If you got that correct, give yourself a pat on the back. And here's the next question. Which of the following is the correct way to declare a read-only immutable list in Kotlin? Is it A, this? Is it B, this? Is it C, this? Or is it D, this? So basically they want it to be immutable, and that means it's not changed. And in order to do mutable, you need val, and immutables var. So we can go ahead and cancel out the var, and then they want a they also want a list, a read-only list. And what we can do is, since it's not list, or since it's not mutable, then it it has to be the other one. And if it's the other one, then I would say C. What do you guys think? That is correct, C. So so yeah, that's how you declare a immutable list. And so, all right, if you get that right, give yourself a thumbs up. Question 3. In Kotlin, what is the purpose of latent init? So, the latent init keyword to is it A to declare a constant value, B to delay the initialization of a variable, C to initialize a variable immediately, or D to mark a variable as optional. So, what do you guys think? So, to declare a constant value, if it is initialized later, I don't think that really has anything to do with uh, having being a constant value. To delay the initialization of the variable, so you know, late init, you init the variable later. So this is sounding pretty good. To initialize a variable immediately, that's the opposite of being late. And to mark a variable as optional. And so to mark a variable as optional, well, that doesn't really make as much sense. I'm gonna try B. Alright, that's correct. Great. And then, alright, question 4. Which keyword is used in Kotlin to create a singleton? And would that be A, single, B, singleton, C, object, D, static? And so I don't believe I've ever seen that keyword before, single. I don't believe I've ever seen that before. The whole actual word is singleton. Object, that looks familiar. Static, that doesn't seem like Kotlin. So, what do you guys think? I'm going to go ahead and go with C myself. And that's right. An object in Kotlin is used to declare a singleton class. That means that only one instance of that class can be created during the runtime of the application. Alright, if you guys got that right, clap your hands. Question 5. What is the purpose of the suspend keyword in Kotlin? Is it A, to pause a coroutine? B, to make a function asynchronous? C, to terminate a coroutine? D, to create a new thread? So, suspend, that sounds opposite from creating a thread. Suspend to terminate a thread. Well, I don't think suspend quite means an equivalent to terminate. To pause a coroutine, that sounds closer to what a suspend might do, or to make a function asynchronous. So these three don't sound right to me. So I'm going to go with A. And what do you guys think? What? Oh wow. Okay. So I was actually incorrect right there. It so don't listen to me on that one. So the actual um, suspend is to make the function asynchronous. So it says actually the correct answer is B, to make a function asynchronous. The suspend keyword in Kotlin is used to mark as a function as a suspending function, which can be paused and resumed at a later time without blocking. This is particularly useful in coroutines for managing long running tasks such as network calls or database operations. Alright, let's go to the next question. Question 6. In Kotlin Android development, which of the following is used to observe data changes in live data? Would that be live data.observe, live data.watch, live data.listen, or live data.track? And so, what do you guys think? I'm going to go with A. That sounds good. Correct. The answer is live data.observe. In Kotlin Android development, live data.observe is used to observe changes in the data. This method allows you to set up a listener that will be notified when the data held by the live data object changes. So, alright, question 7. Which of the following correctly represents a way to define a quarantine scope in Kotlin? So, A, this one, B, this one, C, this one, or D, this one. Okay, so, alright, so which of the following correctly represents a way to define a quarantine scope in Kotlin? Okay, okay. So this is a interesting one. So what do you guys think is the correct answer to this one? And if you get this right, I really commend you. So, all right. I'm just curious. I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of further research on this. Which of the following great correctly represents? So, on this one, I'm going to say, give me a code snippet that correctly represents a way to define a quarantine scope in Kotlin. Okay, so in order to define a quarantine scope, this one says quarantine scope, and then they pass in dispatcher dot default. And let's see if we have any similar answers over here. And interesting. So we don't have dispatcher dot default, but however, we do have dispatchers. We have a dispatcher.main and a dispatcher.io. And so with this scope launcher, they do not have the new keyword do not believe the new keyword is actually necessary in Kotlin. So my choice is going to be A, dispatcher.io. That is correct. The answer is A, coroutines dispatcher.io. This is the correct way to define a coroutine scope in Kotlin. And this creates a coroutine scope with a specific dispatcher, in this case, dispatcher.io, which is optimized for IO operations. And 8, in Kotlin, which of the following correctly demonstrates the use of extension functions? So, is it A, this code? Is it B, this code? Is it C, this code? Or is it D, this code? Alright, so this is, so we're looking for the proper syntax of an extension function. I'm just curious, but I am my particular answer, so I'm gonna say C, but don't follow me if I'm incorrect. Okay, actually, the correct answer is A, string dot extend function. And so, yeah, so this is actually proper the proper format on how to declare an extension function. So remember that syntax fun space, and then you can use like a string dot extend function, and then your code right there. All right, and let us continue. Question 9. In Kotlin, what is the use of the sealed keyword in class declarations? Is it A, to make a class abstract, B, to restrict class hierarchy, C, to make a class final, or D, to enable class cloning? And go ahead and pick your choice. And as for me, I'm going to say that it makes the class final. Like in Java, final is a keyword, but the I would say the alternative will be the sealed class. But let's check it out. Actually, the correct answer is B, to restrict class hierarchy. A sealed class in Kotlin is used to represent a restricted class hierarchy where a value can have one of the types from a limited set and no other types can be added later. It is a way to ensure type safety by restricting the types that can be used in subclasses of the sealed class. Uh, alright. It restricts the class hierarchy where a value can have one of the types from the limited set and no other type can be added later. So the subclasses can't add another type later, it's saying. Alright, and question 10. In Android development using Kotlin, what is an intent used for? Is it used for A, handling data storage, B, managing network questions, C, performing user interface action, or D, navigating between different activities or passing data between them? And what's your answer? And, well, I'm going to say D, that sounds like what I remember is that the is passed between activities or data between them. All right, the correct answer is indeed D. Navigating between different activities or passing data between them in Android development. With Kotlin, an intent is messaging objects you can use to request an action from another app component. It's commonly used for starting new activities, starting services, or delivering broadcasts. So, all right, guys, that's actually all I'm going to go over for today. But what you guys can do is, if you want to learn Kotlin or practice your Kotlin and your Kotlin knowledge, you can go ahead and go to a service like ChatGPT. And what I did was I typed in, "Can you ask me multiple choice questions over Kotlin Android development, asking one question at a time?" And so it was able to generate this quiz for me. I think this is a pretty good quiz to keep your knowledge sharp, and it's probably even good for maybe potential academic tests and or Android development interviews. But I hope you guys like this content. And if you do, subscribe to the channel. And as always, I always encourage you guys to stay coding. All right, peace.